Hello students, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture the topic is length of perpendicular from a point to a given plane. Before that I will like to give you the answer or the solution of the question which I gave in the previous lecture. That was to find the equation of a plane parallel to xz plane. So if I take a plane which is parallel to xz plane, suppose we have a figure like this. This is x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So if we want to find a plane which is parallel to xz plane, something which may be appear to us like this in 2 dimension, actually it is in 3 dimension. So this is the z-axis and this coming out is the x-axis, and along this board is the y-axis. So this is x and this is z. So a plane which is parallel to xz plane would be something like this. So if we want to write the intercept form of a plane, we know it is x by a plus y by b plus z by c is equal to 1. Now since this xz plane which is parallel to xz plane is actually not intersecting the x-axis as well as z-axis, because it is actually parallel to xz plane. So since it is parallel to xz plane, it will not intersect the x-axis, it will also not intersect the z-axis. So we can say that the intercept of x-axis is actually tending towards infinity, and the intercept of z-axis is also tending towards infinity. So its reciprocal will be 0. X into 0 will be 0 and z into 0 will be 0. So we can say that y by b is equal to 1 should be the equation of the plane, or we can write y is equal to b, which is the intercept on y-axis, the point where this plane will intersect the y-axis is 0, b, 0. So here it will intersect the y-axis and the y coordinate will always be equal to b on this plane. So this was the solution of the question which I gave you in the previous lecture. Now I come to the topic of this lecture, which is there is a plane and there is a point and you have to find the perpendicular from the point on the plane. So let us make a figure something like this, and there is suppose a point somewhere here x1 comma y1 comma z1, and we can take a plane which is somewhere here, and we have to find the perpendicular from this point on this plane, that is the length pm. Now in this figure I have taken origin on this side and the point on the other side of the plane, and I will prove according to this figure. But in another case we can take the point and origin both on the same side of the plane also. So in short we will see that case also in the end. So in this particular case we have to find pm, the distance of the perpendicular length from the point P on the plane, and the plane is given as ax plus by plus cz plus d equal to 0. Now in order to do this, I will draw a plane which is parallel to this given plane and passing through the point P. So I am drawing another plane which is parallel to the given plane and it is passing through the point P, a parallel plane. So the coefficient of x, y and z will of course be the same in this plane also, because this is a parallel plane. So the normal to this plane and the normal to this plane will have the same direction ratios. So these are the direction ratios of the normal to the plane. Whereas the constant may be different, which is d dash equal to 0. Now actually we have to find the distance between these two planes, green plane and blue plane, and we'll get the answer. So now what I am doing, I am drawing a perpendicular from origin on this blue plane, and I am extending it to the green plane. So here it is A, the foot of perpendicular, here there is B. So there is a common normal to both the plane from the origin, because both the planes are actually parallel. Now MP, the value of MP is same as the value of AB, which we have to find actually. And according to this figure, AB is actually OB minus OA. So here if you want to find AB, so this is OB minus OA, which we have to find basically. Now if we want to find OB, then what we have to do is first let us find OA. So what we will do here, that if we put the origin on the equation of the plane of this blue plane, this equation, then it will give 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus D. This value will be equal to D if I put origin over here. And if I put a point P, x1, y1, z1 on the same plane, so we will get ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 plus d. This is the value which we will get. So here we are putting the origin on this plane. Here we are putting the point P coordinates on this plane. Now since origin and the point P I have taken on two opposite sides of the plane, so these two signs will have the opposite signs. So the value of D and the value of ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 plus d, these are actually values after putting the origin and after putting the coordinates of P on the plane. These are some non-zero values because these are not on the plane, we are outside the plane. So these are of opposite signs actually. These two values are of opposite signs. Why? Because these are on two opposite sides of the plane. If the points are on the same side of the plane, they will give the same sign on putting the values in the expression of the plane. And if they are on the opposite sides of the plane, they will give the opposite sign. If one is positive, another will be negative. So we have come to this conclusion till here. Now here we have to find OB minus OA. So we'll come to that also right now. Before that, if we want to rewrite this equation, so this will be AX plus BY plus CZ is equal to minus D dash, and let us divide by root over sigma of A square on the left hand side and on the right hand side. Why am I doing this? So if you remember the equation of the plane in normal form, so here the coefficient of x, y and z are now the direction cosines of the normal to the plane, that is OB. This is the normal to the plane, and the value which is on the right hand side, the magnitude of this will be actually the length OB, the distance of the plane from the origin. That is the normal distance from the origin on the plane. If you remember, Lx plus my plus nz is equal to P. Lx plus my plus nz is equal to P. So Lmn are direction cosines of the normal to the plane, and P is the perpendicular distance of the plane from the origin. So this value, if it is positive, then this is the perpendicular distance, and if it is negative, we will take its absolute value, that is the make it positive. Similarly, here also in this blue plane, if we will rewrite it like this, A by root over sigma of A square x plus B upon root over sigma of B square y plus CZ by root over sigma of A square is equal to d on the right hand side. So this will be minus b by root over sigma of a square. This part is again the perpendicular OA, the absolute value. Now I am erasing some of this in order to continue the calculation. So if I use this portion, I can say that this AB, which is actually OB minus OA. So what is OB? OB is actually, again I have said here, that magnitude of this, magnitude of minus d dash by root over sigma of a square minus OA. So what is OA? That is magnitude of this minus d upon root over sigma of a square. So we can write AB like this. Now let us take the LCM under a same denominator. So this will be root over a square plus b square plus c square, and then numerator you will get mod of minus d dash minus mod of minus d. So under mod, minus can be absorbed, so minus d dash you can write it simply mod of d dash, and mod of minus d simply as mod of d. Now here again the important part is, when we put the origin in this equation, ax plus by plus cz plus d dash is equal to 0. So if we put origin over here, what do we get? The value, we get d dash as the value, putting origin, that is 0 0 0. We will get the value as d dash, right? Now we have to decide that what we have to take after eliminating the mod. So what we can do an assumption here, which will not be wrong if we do this, that suppose whatever the original equation of this blue plane was given, whatever was its original equation, after doing the changes, we can definitely make d as negative. We can do that. Suppose if d is already negative, then we don't have to do anything. But if d is positive, for example, it is 2x plus y minus z plus 1 equal to 0. So d is positive, it is plus 1. So we can do a change. We will write minus 2 here, we will write minus here, we will write plus here, and we will make minus 1 here. So in that situation, d can be made negative by multiplying with a negative sign on both the sides. So we can make d negative comfortably. And if we make d negative, suppose, so at the beginning only we have made it d as negative. So this was part of our assumption in the given equation, that d was negative. What about d dash? So basically, when we want to decide about d dash, so this point x1, y1, z1 actually lies on this plane, because this plane passes through x1, y1, z1. We have made this plane parallel to the given blue plane such that it passes through x1, y1, z1. So if we substitute it here, we will get ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 plus d dash equal to 0, a value which will be definitely equal to 0, exactly 0. So what we will do here, that we will write d dash as minus ax1 minus by1 minus cz1, right? Now if you see here, which we did earlier, that d and this particular value are of actually opposite sign. So since I am taking d as negative, I am taking this d as a negative value. So we can say that this particular value is a positive value. This is a positive value. ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 plus d is a positive value. That means it is greater than 0 because d is a negative value. Now here, if we want to write this further, so we want to decide the sign of d dash. So in order to decide the sign of d dash, what we can say from here, that d is actually greater than minus ax1 minus by1 minus zz1, because I am taking this whole as positive. So we can say that d is greater than the rest of the quantity when taken on the right hand side. So we can say it like this. Now d is a negative value, and this negative value is greater than some value, then obviously the value from which it is greater, that has also to be negative. So basically this value is also a negative value, because d is negative and d is greater than some value. So a negative value is greater than some value, which means the smaller value is also negative because it is smaller than a negative value. So this value is negative. So we can say this value is same as this value. So this is also negative. So this is a negative value, which means that d dash is actually a negative value. So what we have come here, that d is negative, which means d dash is also negative. Both are negative. So let me erase this portion now, because there is a lot of confusion here. So till here we have come to the conclusion that d and d dash both are negative according to the given figure. So when we eliminate mod here, we will get minus d dash, and here we will get plus d upon root over a square plus b square plus c square. So the sign decision is very important here. How do we decide the sign of d and d dash with respect to each other? So we started with d negative, and by the position of the origin and the point and seeing the sign on the same side and on the other side, we are able to decide that d dash is also negative. Now we know that x1, y1, z1 lies on the another plane, green plane. So ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 plus d dash is equal to 0. So we can write that d dash is equal to minus ax1 minus by1 minus cz1. This is the value of d dash. So we can substitute d dash like this, and we will get minus d dash as ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 and plus d upon root over a square plus b square plus c square. And in the end, don't forget to put a final mod, because the overall value of the length of the perpendicular has to be positive. So in case the overall value comes out to be negative, you will take a magnitude of that. So this is actually AB. So what is the result which we are getting here finally? Let me finally write it for you. That if there is a point x1, y1, z1, and there is a plane ax plus by plus cz plus d equal to 0, then in that case the length of the perpendicular on this plane from this point is equal to, so AP I am writing here, length of perpendicular. So that will be simply substitute x by x1, y by y1, z by z1 plus d, and take a mod of all this by root over a square plus b square plus c square, which is analogous to the result of a distance of a line from a point in case of coordinate geometry. There we didn't have the z coordinate. So it is the similar result. Now, as I have said, that we have proved it for a case where the point and the origin were on the different sides. But if you want, you can do it in this manner also, by considering the same system, that suppose the point and the origin are on the same side of the plane. So a plane is somewhere here, point is here, origin is here, this is x, y and z, and in that case the distance of this PA you have to find. So here also we will do the same thing. We will draw a plane parallel to the given plane passing through the point P, given point P. The plane is also given, white plane, and the point P is also given similarly as it was there. Now here you will find that a perpendicular from O on the blue plane as well as white plane. Here it is M, here it is N, the feet of perpendicular on the two planes. So here you have to find AP, which is equal to MN. Now here MN is equal to ON minus OM. And again you have to similarly proceed, and you have to find that the final formula in this case will also be the same. You have to here to be cautious about the sign actually, because here point and origin both are on the same side of the plane. So actually both will give you the same sign, not the opposite sign. And here if you will proceed by considering all the sign mechanism similarly, you will get the same result. So I hope you will do in this situation also. So in general, that is a formula for all situation, whether the point and origin are on the same side or on the opposite side. So that you can remember as a formula for a distance of a plane from a point. So this is all for this lecture, students. I will meet you in the next lecture, and in the next lecture we will see the family of planes. Till now, all the best and keep learning.